had Sabri Suby joins me now in the studio.
I really look at business as an incredible vehicle to really make good and make change in the world.
This proven property investment helps you retire 10 years early and pay off your mortgage 5 to 10 or even 15 years faster. My understanding is that this space, that's a very broad claim, right? That's it's a big benefit of where everyone would like to go, but how do I do it, right? And that all comes down to I'll show you how to buy your first investment property inside the next 20 days or whatever that thing might be, so that you can replace your income and retire without having to live off superannuation, eating ramen noodles. So that's basically the way, where you want to go with it, right? So the thing is, I click on one of our clients' landing pages, and for the next 2 weeks, my newsfeed is just property investment. That's all I see is property investment, property investment. And the level of market sophistication is very high. And every person's offer is saying the same thing. Everyone's offer is saying that. Mm-hmm. So this comes down to unique mechanism of the problem, unique mechanism of the solution. And the client won't typically have anything to give you around that. So basically you can interrogate them and ask them how is your strategy different? And they'll be what we do is we use the debt on the first buy of the home, and then we use that and we get refinance on that debt, and then we buy your second property or whatever it might be, right? But that's kind of you need to look at one, what are the biggest players in this space? How are they positioning their offers? And then speaking with the client to find out how their offer is different. If you see all of these offers, what is going, you have to say something different to what everyone else is saying. You have to find some way to say it differently. Even just giving it a weird name or using the word weird would make that headline a lot better. But the things that I'm thinking about is positioning the offer of we'll show you how to buy your first investment property in X amount of days so you can achieve X, Y, and Z. And then again, I would go into the things that I know that are true about this market. Let me guess, you've read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You've done this. You're sick to your stomach with all the property investment ads that are flooding your news feed, and everyone's saying the same things, but you have absolutely no idea where to start. Right? Retiring young and early and paying off your mortgage in 10 years all sounds fun, but how is that even possible? And then start to really get under their fingernails. Right? And the reality of it is that most people that teach you how to do property investment are in the teaching of how to do property investment business, and they don't have a property portfolio of themselves. Well, we've got a property portfolio of $575 million of our own money. And then getting into it that way. So that's just you can't it can't just be surface level and expect a big different outcome. Yeah, and with this, just get clear, Liz, on are we targeting people that have already bought an investment property, or are we targeting the newbie market that hasn't and has a pile of cash sitting around that they want to? Because we had to talk to whoever it is. And if we were talking to the people that haven't but want to, then showing them how to buy their first investment property is going to be the angle. Right. Or if it's the other way around, right, is we're going for people that have already done it, then you would attack it in a different way. Right? And you take a contrarian angle to the market, being most people tell you just to buy an investment property and you'll be able to retire rich. Well, then how come you aren't rich already? Because you bought one investment property. The reality of it is that you don't create wealth by buying a 2-bedroom apartment out in the boondocks so you can say that you've got a property, like an investment property. You do it by owning multiple properties. 98% of people that buy an investment property, they never ever get enough equity to buy a third, fourth, a fifth, and a sixth, and therefore they are sold the dream of retiring off property and they never get to do it. So instead of one ball and chain of a mortgage, you've got two. Congratulations, now you're up to debt up to your eyeballs, right? I'm kicking the bruised knee. And then I go into the solution. Well, we've helped thousands of Australians. I'm going to show you my bulletproof step-by-step roadmap of how to acquire 5 investment properties in the next 36 months with only $80,000 in equity. Sounds too good to be true. That's what all of these clients thought as well before we showed them our blueprint. Right? I want that solution. So it needs to be targeted to who you're going for, right? If you're going for the first time, you need to talk about all the objections. They don't have a lot of money for a down payment, right? They don't know where to start. They don't know if they can do it through their self-managed super fund. They're overwhelmed with everyone telling them contradicting advice. They don't know if it's the right time because of COVID, and they don't know if the property market's going to explode or crash. They're all the things, and you just talk to those things. And then on the other side, do you see how it's very different conversations?
Yeah.
Where you can't just pile them all in the one. It just doesn't work, because then you talk to no one, because you're trying to talk to everyone.
No, that's awesome, thank you.
No problems. I know that like a winning angle for this space is the hotspots. Like as the first like high value content offer to bring them in is like the list of suburbs that are going to boom in 2021 or boom during COVID, and then you hit them with the pitch that I just told you. Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. We're dropping a video like this almost every single day on YouTube. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments box below with hashtag HeySabri, and I'll do my best to get in there and get that answered.